My people wonder they say shall never end. Allegedly, they said everyone was shocked over what Ebony said about Tadenikawo. And this is coming because they said she have begged QueenNaomi over and over again to beg Kabiyesi on her behalf. But QueenNaomi did not beg Kabiyesi on her behalf, you know. So when they find out that Kabiyesi is very serious about that immunity remover, after removing that from gospel, they said these people, they couldn't believe it. She ran away from the palace. Igwe also did the same thing. They ran away from the palace. If you guys started following this gist at least a year or two ago, there was a time we keep hearing how when Naomi and Ebony stayed together in the palace. I'm sure many of you know that there was a time they were together in the palace, you know. Then Ebony was doing some rituals that QueenNaomi is supposed to do as a wife to the king. So, but along the line, if you guys remember, you remember that QueenNaomi did not give birth immediately. Maybe because of that is how God wants it, or due to one thing or the other. At some point, there was news making rounds on social media, allegedly, that Ebony was putting family planning pills inside QueenNaomi's food so that QueenNaomi will not conceive. I don't know if you have heard something of that nature. They are all alleged to, don't forget. Then, while Ebony was doing that, Ebony was knacking the king. And when a woman is doing such a thing to a fellow woman, you are trying to stop that person from conceiving, you are knacking her husband, maybe even without protection. The essence of doing such is to see if you will conceive before that woman. That is how I understand it. Or maybe you conceive, she will not conceive. Because someone that you are putting contraceptives and everything in her meals and drinks, you don't want that person to conceive. And then God did wonders, because I believe that it is God's will. When God say something will be, no matter how human being try to stop it, or any spirits anywhere try to stop it, they will all disappointed. They will always be disappointed, because it is the will of God that will be done in the life of any man, especially that man who believes and trusts in God, you know. So even though with those kind of news that we are hearing about QueenNaomi and Ebony stay in the palace, and then QueenNaomi was so innocent that she did not even, she wasn't suspecting Ebony for any reason. A lot of people call them friends, you know, due to the way they were relating to each other. But QueenNaomi was, I don't know how to say it, she didn't know what she was dealing with. It's just God that protected her all through, you know, because the possibility for Ebony to put poi poi into her mouth directly then is there, due to the kind of relationship that they have. And as God may have it, some people say she had miscarriage, I don't know. But along the line, Tade was born. And when Tade was born, there was also a time we got an information that Ebony had Tadenikawo's portrait in her room, where she does incantation every morning and night. I don't know if you have also heard that, although they are all alleged unverified information, but there was a news like that. So where am I heading to? I'm trying to, you know, remind us most of the things that has happened before now. Because for Ebony to come out and say this kind of a thing about Tadenikawo, that is if the information is true, it simply means that she's just the wine herself. So right now that this situation have turned in such a way that after Ebony pushed QueenNaomi out of the palace, thinking that she's going to have Kabiyesi all to herself, and she failed, When Kabiyesi started going for QueenNaomi, Ebony started fighting against it by doing all manner of things, if everything we are hearing is the truth. But unfortunately, it did not stop Kabiyesi from going for the love of his life. And now that it has gotten to the point of immunity removal, she have begged QueenNaomi to talk to Kabiyesi, knowing fully well that if QueenNaomi should talk to Kabiyesi, maybe Kabiyesi will listen. But QueenNaomi said they should not involve her in their drama. They should go ahead and marry their husband and enjoy themselves. That whatever that comes out of it should be their problems, not hers. Now that the Kabiyesi is serious with that immunity removal and they run away, we are getting an information right now that Ebony have been begging QueenNaomi from her hiding place. So remember, she ran away from the palace after Gospel's own was done. She and Igbi ran away. So we are hearing that she have been begging QueenNaomi from her hiding place, telling QueenNaomi that QueenNaomi should not forget how they were together, how she, Ebony, spent days in the shrine doing incantations, praying to the gods for Tadenikawo to be born. You can imagine that. That she knows how many rituals that she did during that period just to help QueenNaomi conceive. When I heard this, I was just laughing. That Tadenikawo is her son. That the gods gave Tadenikawo to her, even though he came through QueenNaomi. That it is the gods, based on her rituals and her cries to the gods, that made the gods. Oh God, this life no balance. So, you know, when some people want to buy you and they end up not succeeding, they will come back and start claiming friendship that never existed. Yes, because with everything that we heard and with the situation of things right now, it is obvious that there was never a relationship between Ebony and QueenNaomi. But QueenNaomi was thinking that there was, you know, because she was playing along, thinking that, this person is my own, she doesn't have any problem. And that is because we all know that those people that does all the spiritual things, normally they are supposed to be good people. They are supposed to serve with their hearts. I don't know if you get it, because in the olden days, I used to believe that, I used to hear, because I wasn't born in the olden days, but I used to hear that as a servant of the gods, if you are doing anything spiritual, if you do anyhow, that the gods will do anyhow to you immediately without wasting time. And most people who are still servant of God today, they are still like that. Maybe QueenNaomi was thinking that for Ebony to be a priestess at her age and everything, that she was like that. And that was why she was so relaxed with her. That is if everything that we heard about them is the truth, you know. That was why she was so relaxed with her. They eat together, they wine together, they dine and wine together. Because they said for Ebony to put something in her drink, that is if the information is true. It simply means that she trusted her so much that she can go and get, babe, oh yeah, take this glass of wine or take this glass of juice. And she would take it wholeheartedly without blinking, without suspecting her for any reason, and drink it. But she did not know that all that glitter is not good. So right now, the Ebony is begging QueenNaomi to intervene on her behalf, reminding her how she was in the shrine for days, crying unto the gods, doing rituals before Tade was born. So it simply means that for QueenNaomi to have Tade, it is through Ebony's prayers and supplications to the gods. When I hear it, I say, now, wow, these people are complicating issues. Which one are we going to believe now? It's only God that knows. Oh. Guys, what do you think? Tell us on the comment section. But I want to remind you that these are all alleged, unverified information making rounds on social media and shouldn't be seen as fact unless you verify them, okay? Always bear that in mind. Thanks for watching. If you have not subscribed to my channel, go ahead and subscribe. Don't forget to give my video a thumbs up and follow my page for more interesting stories from the palace, okay? I love you guys. Bye. See you.